You're listening to Ka-Pow, the pop culture podcast.
Lots of ping pong balls. I had an idea where we write down a crossover on a ping pong ball, put it in a box, and then we randomly pick one out and do an episode about it. And I thought, what if we do a podcast episode about a crossover?
And now, your hosts, Michael, Jordan, Cliff, and Seth.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Crossroads, a special episode of Ka-Pow, the pop culture podcast. My name is Jordan Lowe.
I'm Cliff Barnes.
I'm Seth. I'm excited.
We're knocking these things out. They're fun to do and nice, quick, usually little shorter episodes. So, yeah, I'm excited. What are we doing this episode?
This is we pulled the ping pong ball out, and it was ALF Gilligan's Island episode.
So this is a little easier than some of the other ones we've done. It's just a single episode of ALF, Season 2, Episode 2, from September 28th, 1987.
Wow.
And it's called The Ballad of Gilligan's Island. But then I also saw it's also called Somewhere Over the Rerun. So it has two different titles on this one for some reason that have been used interchangeably. But
yeah, that's what it says on my screen. I solved it for you. On my screen, I'm looking at it. It says Somewhere Over the Rerun, The Ballad of Gilligan's Island is what it says. This was made for us.
Yeah.
So,
oh man.
As we're recording this, I found it for free on Tubi, the streaming channel. I'm sure it's elsewhere. You said it was on the Roku channel.
Yes. Every season of ALF is available for free on the Roku channel if you have a Roku device or Roku television. So
yeah, I didn't even bother looking. I just bought the episode on Prime for.
So if you get a hankering for ALF, if we create in you a necessity to watch more ALF, it's out there. You can find it.
So were you guys like? I remember ALF being huge.
Yeah, it was big.
Big time sitcom, NBC. That was must see TV in my house for a while. So
yeah. When I was looking up to see which episode it was, though, I was pretty shocked that how early it jumped the shark. That's what this show is.
Yeah.
But this is season 2, episode 2, and they're already doing Gilligan's Island. There's a lot of stuff after this that is like crazy episodes. Oh, I don't know.
Well, I read not too long ago, was reading something. I don't know how I even got into it, but just apparently the environment on the ALF set was pretty bad.
Oh, do tell. Spill the tea.
Well, here we go.
Is my understanding.
I heard the girls had to hide in the closet and use the phone.
Well, I think
I didn't even shower in peace.
I think the story with what was the girl's name on the show? The teenage daughter. Lynn. Okay. So the actress that played Lynn, I think she quit acting after this. Like she was had enough.
She wasn't anything else.
Yeah, she was done. It was so bad.
Andrea Elson.
Okay. And yeah, just because the guy, do you have the actor that played Willie? His name?
Yes, that is Max Wright.
Okay, Max Wright.
Don't ruin Willie for me. Are you going to tell me he lived up to his name?
No,
I've seen him in other stuff.
Yeah, he went on to have a career, but he was like a classically trained actor, Shakespearean guy, and he got this role.
Be or not to be? That is the question.
Yeah. And he got thrown on this silly show with from this, this ALF creator guy, the the guy that did the voice was apparently he was pretty toxic, and I think he spent most of his life trying to revive Alf into a bunch of different forms. So
Cliff's gonna cancel Alf right in front of us.
Yes, we're gonna cancel Alf tonight. So you'll never know what happened when those FBI agents swarmed him in that last episode.
So this is 1987, 23 years after Gilligan's Island premiered. So they mention that several times. So the idea is they've been on the island for 23 years, completely ignoring the events of like the movie where they got off the island and some of the future events. So this is all in Alf's head, of course, but it's in Alf continuity, his head canon.
He never saw the movie.
Yeah, he assumes they're still on the island.
So we start out with the cold open, and Willie comes in, and Alf's sitting there.
Alf!
He's got some coconuts. He's got his Hawaiian shirt.
What are you doing with my drill?
And he's drilling and some coconuts and stuff, and Willie, he wants to know what he's
what
like.
For?
What? There's another Gilligan rerun on tonight, right?
Yeah.
So I can get the straws in these coconuts. Want a hit?
I suppose this means there's another Gilligan's Island rerun tonight.
Yep. Ship set sail for that uncharted desert isle momentarily.
I think you're overdoing this whole Gilligan thing.
Why? Because I'm making a couple of skipper coladas?
What about the bamboo furniture you ordered for your room?
Hey, I sent it back. Wasn't even real bamboo. Was that Nogaboo. Be right with you, little buddy.
Obviously, he's been hooked on Gilligan for a while. But what threw me off was I was like, did Alf always wear a Hawaiian shirt? Or is this only for this episode? Because I honestly couldn't remember. I think in the cartoon he always wore a Hawaiian shirt.
He did in the cartoon.
Yeah.
He definitely did in the, we proved it. He definitely did in the cartoon we just watched, the drug one. But I don't know. Now you got me.
Well,
or am I going to have to watch another album?
He did not, because in the opening credits, he does not have a Hawaiian shirt on.
We're going to go totally through the opening credits here. But anyway, he's like, doing that, and he says, I'm making skipper coladas. And they he's like, I think you're just a little too into Gilligan, and he starts giving him crap about his bamboo furniture or bedroom set or whatever. And he said he sent it back, and that's probably my favorite line of the episode. I remember because he goes, I sent it back. It was fake bamboo. It was Nogaboo. Anyway, we got the kid calls him in the living room to watch the episode, and he says, "Be right there, little buddy." I didn't catch that the first time. That's good. But we're gonna get to the thing. So you see from his perspective, of course, as you remember, he's working the camera.
Yeah,
he's got the video camera. So
the old goes on the shoulder. Yeah,
he goes straight to the mirror. He's got it on, so we see it's him. Willie comes home. He's got, he's like, the camera's getting face. He doesn't like it. Up right to the shower, bugging, which the mom's kind of cute now that I'm older. The daughter's in the closet with the phone, the long cord. We all remember that.
Al, I'm on the telephone.
Yeah. And then the kid, I don't remember the kid's name, but
his
he's
name
like
is Brian.
Sitting at the table doing homework. And then he chases a cat, has to put the camera down and go chasing after we can see his legs.
Legs. It's like seeing Muppet legs. It's all weird.
And outside in the yard, I mean, he full body Alf standing with the family, get the picture taken. Kid's got them overalls on, Oshkosh Bigosh or whatever. Anyway, written by Scott Spencer something.
Threw me off a little bit the first time they referred to themselves as the Tanner family, because the Tanner family to me would be from Full House.
Oh, that's right. They are the Tanners.
Yeah.
Him and the kid both wearing Hawaiian shirts. They both are.
But Full
House.
Full House wouldn't premiere until 1987. So really, Full House ripped off Alf.
I agree.
I always said Mary Kate and Ashley were the Alf of their day.
They could have maybe twin aliens played Alf. The mom wants the kid to take a bath. He can't. He just watched Alf. I mean, he just watched Gilligan's Island. He needs some time for the nuances to kick in. and then he tells the mom she kind of reminds him of Ginger.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Oh, he does have a lei around his neck. He's drinking Skipper Coladas. Willie's eating a piece of pie.
I'd say
Apple pie.
the one-liners didn't really land for me. Like none of the jokes were really all that funny.
Because I haven't watched an episode since I was a kid, and I was like, wow, Alf is really a huge jerk in this, and Willie kind of is too. Like, I was like, oh, Willie is pretty cringe here.
Willie was like peak exasperation right from the start. Like, he didn't build up to being like, he just starts the show.
Yeah.
Just at the top of his head of like, I can't take this anymore. He's like a 10 out of 10 of just exasperated.
Which confused me because I was like, why would you house this alien like a part of your family if you absolutely, despise it this much? Like I don't know. It just, watching it as an adult was completely different experience for me.
When we make Willie can F himself, we will explore these nuances.
Yeah. Will you eat the pie like Rooney Mara in Ghost Story and sit on the floor and cry? He's eating his pie and he's giving Willie crap about how boring his apple pie is, and he's like, "Didn't you eat 6 pieces at dinner?" He's like, "The question is, why didn't I eat 8?" He wants Mary Ann's coconut cream pies, and who doesn't?
So obviously we're setting up. Alf is, because Alf Alf can't go anywhere. He's always at the house, and he's always getting into escapades because he's bored. So that's the idea of like, he would rather live on this exotic island where there's all these fun adventures rather than this stupid house I'm stuck in.
Yeah, you meet the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah. That at least makes sense for the.
Was that in the cartoon? Or?
What, the Harlem Globetrotters?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't know where I pulled that from.
I believe that. I totally believe that he met the Harlem Globetrotters.
No, the Harlem Globetrotters were on Gilligan's Island. They did an episode where they're. Yeah. Oh
yeah. He's current. He goes up and he's trying to tell them about the episode while they're trying to go to bed. And they're like, the girl came to the island and then left them stranded, just like the Harlem Globetrotters or whatever.
Yeah.
They're like, that's how every episode ends.
By the way, Willie's headboard was ugly.
It is pretty bad. It doesn't look comfortable. It's just like open with some iron rods and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
See, if this was Modern Day Alf, we'd just start a deep dive podcast to talk about all these episodes.
Yeah, see, we can see like how find all the flaws. Like, hey, they had a different headboard in episode 2-1.
It certainly wasn't Nagaboo.
He can't fall asleep. He's counting castaways. He can't. Nothing's working. Oh, Jordan's getting tired. They just want to go to bed. He wants to build his own little lagoon in the backyard. It was coming.
Who doesn't?
So I don't know what kind. This nightgown she's got on is like ridiculous. It has like doilies on it and stuff. Well, there's no water, guys. The next day,
that's
no
in
water.
The house.
Willie, there's something wrong with the bathtub.
Oh, it's probably clogged with Alf's hair again. He just refuses to vacuum himself before he takes a bath.
No, it's the faucet. There's no water coming out.
They think Alf's hair probably clogged it. Clogged it up. I don't know how that stops the water from coming out of the...
Yeah, it would be backed up. It would clog the drain, but it's not going to clog the water pipe.
Yeah, you get a real Woodstock 99 situation.
Well, there's no water here either.
Hey, can you turn that off? I'm losing pressure out here.
Say, what exactly are you doing out there?
It's a surprise.
You said surprise.
The dreaded S word.
Alf, what? Argent Willie, it's a little slippery. Surprise! Well, what do you think?
I don't believe it.
Willie's swimming in the lagoon I built. It's just like the one on Gilligan's Island. From now on, life around here will be much more exciting. You... See? It's exciting already.
How would you like to be buried at sea?
You're not happy about this, are you?
Just tell us why you did it.
It was Willie's idea.
What?
Don't try to worm your way out of this one. You said we'd build a lagoon.
I said we'd build a little lagoon, not the great Tanner Reed.
Okay, I misunderstood. I'm sorry. I made a boo-boo.
A boo-boo? I want my yard back the way it was. I want trees I can trim. I want grass I can mow. No water, no huts. And you are gonna stay right here until I get it. Have I made myself clear?
What? Are you talking to me?
What was Willie's job?
Yeah, what did he do?
I have no idea.
Scientist or something?
He wore a tie. He definitely wore a tie, so he had something serious that he does. Somebody get on that. What did Willie Tanner do besides fall in lagoons? She's got a big purple robe on.
He is a social worker.
Oh,
really?
Huh.
Okay.
I would never guess that. Oh, he falls in the water again. It was a pretty bad episode.
He also avidly collects scale model train sets.
Oh,
that's for another podcast.
There's a really amazing amount of flower pots in their backyard. There's a shelf in their backyard on the fence.
Yeah.
And there's about 20 empty flower pots, like the classic standard clay flower pot. It's kind of weird now that I see it. They have nice tall bushes, though, in case you have an alien, you can go out in the backyard.
Right.
Mrs. Achmonic won't see him out there.
Yeah. Oh, she's not in this episode. I was pretty upset.
Yeah.
You gotta have
That's
all
too
that
bad.
shrubbery to hide the puppeteer.
And is their roof straw? Like it shows the corner of the house, and it's like,
That's
he
where-
put it on there.
Oh,
He
okay.
put it on there because he's building this.
That's his hut.
Yeah.
I thought maybe that's where he crash landed and they just covered it up with some straw.
So we move on. It's night. He's got to refill everything. The daughter brings him out a lemonade. This is her big scene. She's
He tries to do the old
Tom Sawyer.
The old Tom Sawyer trick of digging dirt is really fun.
Yeah, she's not having it. He says it takes 6 weeks to do, and he's like, no. She had a pet turtle that died once. He found it. He's like, this one?
That was probably my favorite gag, isn't it?
Yeah. She says, what she says? She says, does it say greetings from Miami on it? He's like, no, Carlsbad Cappers.
That was Brian.
His delivery is good. He's got a good delivery. He's
and he says, sick transit Gloria movie. Which I know what that means because of Rushmore. Glory fades. I saved Latin. What have you ever done?
Yeah, I thought it was Shakespeare. That's an old Ka-Pow joke. Why is nobody backing me up on this? Come on. He says Gilligan.
I already did Willie Shakespeare.
Gilligan would have fallen for that trick he tried to pull on her, but she's no Gilligan, whatever her name is. So he sits back against the tree, and goes into a dream and wakes up
on the island.
On the island. Oh my! Where's my house?
And now the action can begin.
Now the whole bunch of nothing can start. Oh, I was not expecting the actual actors to be. I forgot when this was and that they were actually going to be on it. I thought it was going to be him dressed up like these people. But no, we get Skipper and Gilligan right away.
Yeah, Alan Hale and Bob Denver.
Hey, where's my shovel? Where's my house?
Skipper, can I fish too?
It's Gilligan. The skipper, too.
Shh, Gilligan. You'll scare the fish. You scared the fish.
I'm here on Gilligan's Isle.
According to people on the internet who like Gilligan's Island a lot more than me, the Howells and Ginger were not seen in the episode.
Mm-hmm.
In reality, both Jim Backus and Natalie Schaefer were in such ill health they couldn't appear.
Wow.
And Ginger, Tina Louise, had sworn off ever being her again for she had kind of
obvious reason.
Had her fill of the show. So.
I don't know how that could happen.
Well, I will say that Don Wells, that we're going to see here in a minute, looked way younger than the three male cast members.
I wonder how old she was when it was originally on.
Yeah, she just passed away not too long ago.
Last year, yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, holy cow, she looked great. But yeah, Gilligan and the skipper, obviously, they looked like it had been way more than 23 years on that island.
Yeah.
Don Wells was born in 1938.
Wow.
Holy smokes.
So she was...
When was this show?
She was 50 in this episode.
She looked great.
Yeah, she's got her classic picnic table dress on.
Yeah. Yeah, she wasn't sporting the Daisy Dukes and the cutoff shirt anymore, but
no.
But
I definitely was a Mary Ann guy back in the day. Jeez.
Oh yeah.
She was way better than Ginger. A lot of hat hitting going on here.
There was
a
lot of
that in a lot.
Yeah.
Alf is loving it. He's loving it all. Then they get to their little straw table that's woven. It's got the bamboo around the edges, trim. Their little plates made out of just, the leaves and shit. Oh.
I thought it sounded familiar.
I never get tired of that.
I get tired of it.
And Alf is every word out of everyone's mouth. Alf is cracking up. Alf is loving this.
Yeah, they say mangoes, and he's just like, "Wow, mangoes!"
Whereas the castaways are like, "It's old hat. We're bored. We do anything to get off this island." So it's a culture clash here.
Yeah, got the professor, and he's sick of it. He's sick of not having dental floss for eating all these mangoes.
I thought he was sick of making the dental floss.
Oh, maybe that. I thought they didn't have it, but you're probably right. Yeah.
Are you kidding? Why, we'd be out of here in a minute if Smarty Pants over here could figure out a way for us to get off this rock.
Don't blame me. Every time I devise a plan, it's ruined by that hebatutinous sidekick of yours.
Hebatutinous?
Addlepated.
Oh.
Well, you can't call my little buddy addlepated.
Will you stop calling me little buddy? I'm in my 40s, for crying out loud.
He's all their plans get ruined by a hebatutinous sidekick. What's that mean? Hebatutinous, I think is what it said. HEB something.
It's not Latin, so I don't know.
I don't know. It's a child's word. I don't know. He's wanting to know why they're not all wacky. What happened to being wacky? Come on.
I got to tell you, I watched a couple episodes on MeTV last weekend just because I hadn't seen a Gilligan in 30 years.
Yeah.
And the two that were on, one was a robot crash landed from an airplane. And they were trying to train it or program it to swim back to Hawaii. and they got it to walk on the ocean floor back. So it was just a guy in a clunky robot suit. And then the second one was a guy in a gorilla suit who had found a cache of grenades from World War II, and a gorilla was throwing grenades randomly around the island, and they had to deal with it. So, yeah, the plots were a little bit out there, we'll say.
Yeah.
So they want him to do, ironically, what he was doing in his real life. They want him to fill the lagoon. They're going to make him dig because they're building a miniature golf course that the Howls are not allowed to play on. And the professor built a VCR, and they've got beta tapes. That was funny.
You got a VCR, but all the tapes are beta. I think that's that Alanis Morissette song.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was at Woodstock '99.
Yeah. He built a TV. He's got.
He's adjusting the vertical hold with the coconuts.
Coconut. He's got coconuts and wires, and they're watching the adventures of the Tanner family. And Alf's like, "What the heck are you talking about?" And it's like, "Oh, so that life's better than what they have. It's the opposite.
They get meatloaf and running water."
Yeah, the grass is always greener.
Skipper hasn't had a bath in 23 years. And they know it. Oh, yeah, they're watching him. The meatloaf's delicious, Mom. Well, we got apple pie. Doesn't sound so boring now. What was your favorite ALF episode? This? What do you remember?
I remember him making a music video wearing the Bruce Springsteen bandana.
I do remember that.
I remember asparagus. Brian had to dress up like asparagus for like a school play, and they wrote a song about it.
A lot of musical episodes.
I remember the Melmacian hiccups for sure. I remember that he had the Melmacian hiccups.
Okay.
And like they just kept getting louder and more annoying.
Do they just sound like hiccups? Or?
No, it's like.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember that. His life isn't looking so bad in half-hour chunks. Willie looks at the camera. Breaks the fourth wall. But you wanted to be on Gilligan's Island. That's where the fun never stops, remember? Going full Willie. You don't want to do that. So he wants to go home, and he's back. Oh my gosh, he wakes up. Willie finds him, shakes him awake.
I want to go home.
Al, wake up. Hey.
Oh, Willie! You came all the way out here to rescue me.
It wasn't really all that far, Alf. I was just in the kitchen.
Oh. Well, listen. I was wrong. Adventure isn't on some uncharted desert isle. It's right here, in your own backyard. What's left of it.
That's good to hear, Alf. I'll see you later.
Well, don't I get to come with you? What about all that mindless treacle I just oozed?
As treacle goes, that was pretty sweet. Too bad it didn't fill up the hole. Get to work.
What happened? Oh my gosh, I was wrong. It's right in my own backyard, what I always wanted.
Yeah. I mean, the whole episode was written around, just guest appearances. There's no real story to the whole thing. It's a classic sitcom trope.
Did we discuss this before?
Yeah, the series ended. Alf gets caught. Yeah, he gets caught by the government, and that's it. That's how it ended. It never came back. I don't know what I think. It must have been like the last season when the Saturday morning cartoon premiered, because I think it came out in '88. But it was all, the cartoon series did not feature the Tanner family. It was all about like a prequel that was stories about his life on Melmac.
Yeah, he had like nieces and nephews and stuff, didn't he, or something?
Yeah.
I remember we had Melmac plates. I remember when I heard Melmac, and I remember the first time seeing it, and my mom saying, "You know what Melmac is?" And she went and got a plate. She's like, "This is Melmac." I was like, "Oh, okay. Now I know something." It was riveting to me. I'm like, "Yes, I know where they are." So he's back. He eats dinner with him. Tells her how great the meatloaf is. He loves it. It's the best. It's simply the best. Greatest thing ever had. She's like, "You want some pie? Coconut cream?" It's like, he does the ALF. Pass. Yeah. And they get some credits here as they sing along, and we just get highlights from the episode. Yeah. So that was it. It was a pretty. There's only like 20 minutes of episode here.
Right. Thankfully.
Yes.
It was tough. I swear I was like 5 minutes into it, and I was like, I don't think I can watch 15 more minutes of this.
Yeah.
You could tell it was going to be a bad episode.
Right. Yeah, it was rough.
But we did it.
I remember having such fond feelings and really loving that show. But aside from some of these highlights, I'm remembering it. It's not really deeply ingrained.
No. There was tons. I remember all the merch. ALF was on everything for that very short. I don't even know how many seasons it actually had. Was there 3 or 4?
Just 4. I think there were 4.
Yeah, it wore off pretty quickly.
Yep. I'm gonna buzz through these season 2 episodes here. The next one was Mrs. Ochmonic. I think she spots him, so that's she keeps trying to catch him. Then he joins a monastery. The next episode. The next one, they become a Nielsen family. He tries to rig the system. Halloween party, beauty pageant. Melmacian medicine cures. Need fresh cat juice. Willie and Alf go aboard a freight train.
I remember that one.
That sounds familiar.
Second honeymoon. Kate and Alf are rival presidential candidates. Alf special Christmas. They prepare to spend Christmas in a cabin. When the owner comes to visit them, Alf accidentally gets into his trunk and is taken to a hospital and given away as a toy for Christmas. It's a 2-parter. Yeah. He remains in the hospital with Tiffany and Mr. Foley. He convinces Tiffany to help him get back to the Tanners, but changes his mind when he finds out about her condition. It was a special episode. This is one of those that Cliff wants to do a bunch of special episodes. This might have been this would have to be a part of it.
I think that we may try that as a patron feature. Maybe do some of those classic 70s and 80s and 90s special episodes. We
compile a list.
Yeah, definitely. I think we have. I know what we have to start with. I mean, it's just classic Ka-Pow. If we don't cover that Different Strokes episode, then there's something wrong with it.
In full detail.
Yeah.
He befriends Mrs. Ochmonic's nephew, Jake. He demands a trial after he threw a football through Ochmonic's window. He thinks these are all great. I don't know. We watched the wrong.
We watched the wrong one. I want to say there's an episode where he gets into the neighbor's house.
Yeah, it says it's a 2-parter also.
Okay, that one stands out in my mind. Yeah,
he lends a hand with the neighborhood block patrol, and ends up confronting a prowler in the Ochmonic's house.
Okay,
and then the next one, it's up to Willie to save Al from the SWAT team.
Wow.
Then he moves in with a blind girl, which works because she can't see him. he something about a stray dog, pacifism, ghosts. He gets a ventriloquist dummy. I vaguely remember that. And takes it and he has to go to the psychiatrist about it. Kate's friend is a known drinker and sees Alf in the kitchen. Thought this was going to be an Uncle Ned episode. Alf fantasizes he reveals his existence on the David Letterman show. And then he becomes a paper boy as the big finale.
Wow.
I'm sorry, but these are great. I'm skipping to the 4th season.
Yeah, that was
I want to see
end.
just how crazy they could be. Babysits.
I remember the controversy of that last episode of just being like, knowing it was the last episode and the series had been canceled, and just being like, how could they leave it like that? As a kid, I'm like, how Alf gets caught, there's no happy ending, like that's it. They haul him off, and the Tanners, they can't rescue him. He's gonna be killed and dissected, and that's the end of Alf.
He has a cotton addiction, and they have an intervention. What does that mean? I don't know. Now I'm just reading plots, but these are hilarious. He has his first encounter with kittens. But that's delicious. He catches a cold. Boy, the 4th season's not what I thought. I thought it'd be completely crazy.
I remember the one with the cold because it's like it's way over the top. Like he gets deathly ill or something. Yeah.
Oh, probably does. Yeah, it's a foreign thing. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't know. He becomes an ordained minister. He becomes a stand-up comic. He's ridiculous. He goes to a senior citizen home. He scours Death Valley for buried treasure.
Can I just say a lot of these plots sound like something that would have happened to Michael Easton?
He does a lot of digging in the backyard.
He becomes a wedding officiant.
That could be a game of like, is this an Alf plot or something that really happened to Mike?
Okay, I'll read one to you. Season 4, episode 22. Blank. So you don't know what I'm talking about, Alf or Michael. Can't even say it. Blank takes to the park in search of food after his diet fails.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Wow. That was good.
Well, we got
wait. As a newly ordained minister, Blank must officiate a ceremony. Blank enters the art world after he earns praise for a piece of art he did. They're all Alf episodes, by the way. This is wow. That was great. Wait. Alf is relegated once again to the attic.
I got an Alf in my attic.
He has to hide when company comes over. That's both of them.
Yep. I got an Alf in my attic and an MKE in my basement.
Oh my God, you nailed it.
Oh. Wow.
Oh my God, that was hilarious. There's 2 with Ed McMahon. Whew. Wow.
Well, we got to pick another one. We need a ping pong ball.
Oh crap, I don't have the ping pong ball. No, they're in the other room.
Well, Riverdale's coming back, so it might be a while before we do any more.
We'll pick one out some other time. Oh,
all right. Well,
that was the most funny thing I've heard all week.
Not the best episode. Maybe not even a pure crossover because we didn't get the vice versa. But what are you gonna do?
Yep.
They can't all be winners.
We are a slave to the ping pong balls.
Right.
Harry has an allergic reaction to a baby. Did they have a baby? There's a baby in the 3rd season. Like on the promo picture. I don't remember a baby. That was exhausting.
All right, so that's what we do. Crossing over with Crossroads. We watch them so you don't have to.
Exactly.
As the ancient saying goes, Alf transit Gloria. The glory of Alf fades. My name is Jordan Lowe.
Wow. Cliff Barnes.
No, I can't beat that either, Cliff. Or Seth. Bye forever.
Ka-Pow, the Pop Cultured Podcast, is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Sounds, music, and clips played during the podcast are property of copyright holders. All original content is property of www.udamwithkpp.com. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and leave a comment. Ka-Pow, the Pop Cultured Podcast, is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, and wherever podcasts can be found. You can connect with us through social media on Facebook, YouTube, at the Ka-Pow Podcast on Twitter, or email the show, Ka-Pow, the Pop Cultured Podcast, @gmail.com. If you really want to go the extra mile, please sign up to be a patron through the Podbean app or our website, www.udamwithkpp.com, to receive special content and early access to some episodes. We are grateful to anyone that chooses to contribute, but please know that most of our content will always remain free, so please continue to like, comment, and share.